here, it's Jennifer and welcome back to Busy Being Jen. Today I'm here to share with you another video in my series on going on a cruise vacation. And today's topic is cruise necessities, things to bring along with you that you might not think about. Now, let me just say I'm doing a basic, kind of a basic list. Some people may have some, really elaborate things and really great luxury items, but these are just some things that we sort of learned along the way. And and you probably would want to know about, especially if you've never been on a cruise before. So I have my little list here of things. So the first thing I put down was toiletries. I'm not talking about, of course you're going to remember your makeup and stuff like that. But cruise staterooms are not like hotel rooms. They don't provide you with, they will provide you with shampoo and conditioner in a little thing on the wall in the shower, but I don't think there's lotion in there. And they may give you some little samples of some little things, but it's not like some hotels that provide a lot of stuff for you like that. So make sure you bring all your own stuff. Plus you might not even like it might not be the highest quality shampoo and conditioner in there. And so I just make sure I bring all my own stuff. So the next thing is this one we just started doing 2 cruises ago. And that was that we bring an air freshener for the stateroom, one of those things that plugs in, that has the little oil in it. And that's just because the room can get kind of stuffy, and especially if you're going on a Caribbean cruise or someplace where you're going to be swimming and then you're hanging wet things in your room to dry and everything. And so it just kind of helps the room stay nice. And we had done that on our very last cruise. We had an air freshener in, and our friends who went on the cruise with us were in our room and they said, "What smells so good?" And then they saw that and they went, "What a good idea. We need to do that next time." So, you don't have to have it, but we just think it's nice. Okay, another thing is that many cruise lines allow you to bring some beverages on board. Now, as far as alcoholic beverages, no, because they want to have you spend money on their ship. You can get alcohol packages that you can pay for ahead of time, and with Norwegian we had the opportunity to have something included, like an alcohol package or a gratuities package, or I think it was dinner upgrades, and so you could choose one of those things. So if you were planning to drink, you could opt for that. But anyway, on Carnival, the 3 cruises that we've been on Carnival, we were allowed to bring 1 bottle of wine or champagne per person. So my husband could bring one, I could bring one. Can't be opened, and so just 1 bottle of wine, and you can't bring like a bottle of hard liquor. It's just either champagne or wine. And then also they allow you to bring on, is it 6 or 8? Like 20-ounce bottles of water. And so we always bring quite a few bottles of water just so we can have them in our room. And you might get up in the night and you're kind of thirsty, and I just don't like drinking water out of, I think I heard that it's not like going to poison you, but I think I heard that you're not supposed to drink water out of the bathroom sinks on a cruise ship. I have no idea why, I just recall hearing that. So we always bring our water, and then we'll refill our bottle. So if we're going on an excursion and we want water with us, we'll just go and refill one of our bottles and then head off on our merry way. On the cruise ship, on Carnival anyway, by the place where they have water, they tell you that you cannot fill a water bottle because they don't want the mouth of the bottle touching that and then getting germs into somebody else's bottle, but you can fill a cup and then pour it into your bottle. So that's what we do. Okay, so yeah, we always bring water. Okay, one thing you need to find out about is whether or not there's a safe in your stateroom. I would be really surprised if there's any cruise line that does not have a safe. Carnival, all 3 ships we've been on had a safe, and this one coming up has a safe, so I'm pretty sure they have them in every room on every ship. The thing you need to find out about though is how big the safe is, because the ones that we have had in the past and the one that's on Norwegian because I actually went on their website and they told me the dimensions of the safe. These safes don't hold a laptop computer. Well, unless it's really teeny. Mine is a 15-inch, and I think it's only, I think the safe is only, I don't remember if they said it was 10 inches wide or 12 inches wide. So, but it will hold quite a few things. My husband and I have put in 2 iPads, 2 wallets, phones, you know, whatever. We've had a lot of things in there. And then if we buy something at a certain port and it's, you know, a pretty penny, you might want to have that in, you know, in there too. So we've found that they fit quite a lot, but they're probably not going to fit most laptops. Okay, next thing. You may or may not want to have internet while you're on a cruise. I have found that I really enjoy not having constant access to the internet because, well, for me, it usually takes about a day and a half before I stop reaching for my phone, or I'll be talking to someone and say, oh, I've got to show you this. Oh, you know, and because if you use the onboard internet, just use it without paying for a package, it's very expensive. And yeah, you would end up with a really large bill. But you can buy a package and then you get a certain number of minutes for a certain amount of money. And so you may want to do that or you may not. Now, for this upcoming trip, I am getting a small internet package with just, you know, not a ton of minutes. But I'm doing that just because we're having somebody stay at our house and stay with our pets, and in case, you know, in case they need to get in touch with us. And my dad is also aging and, you know, has some health problems, and so my family would need to get in touch with me. And so I'm just doing that. But let me tell you that when you buy internet or use any internet on a boat, it's slow. Super slow. And if you go in the middle of the day, anytime during the day, if you bought, say you bought 30 minutes or 50 minutes or something like that, you could burn all of it just trying to get connected, sitting there and waiting. And so the best time to use internet on a boat is early in the morning or late at night. So late at night, people are either going to be asleep or they're partying. And early in the morning, people are usually conked out. So I have always found that I have the best connectivity if I use it at like 7 in the morning. But just remember that if you're going to get internet connection, you want to make sure that you're using it at a time where you can actually get your money's worth. Okay. Also for me, a necessity for a cruise is seasick patches. And I believe the kind I get are called Transcope, Transcope. I think that's what they're called. They are prescription. You have to go to a doctor and have them prescribe them for you. They're, I think, $25 for a box with several in them. And what you do with a motion sick patch, I mean, you guys, I get motion sick driving in a parking lot. Just if I'm sitting in the passenger seat, you know, and you're kind of going down this way and down this way, you know, I just get motion sick so easily. So this has just been amazing for me because I have not gotten seasick on a cruise ship. Even when we were on one boat where we had a day that was pretty rocky and a lot of people were feeling queasy, and I was just fine. So you take this little patch, you put it with the earrings on, you put it right behind your ear, kind of where the there's a little divot behind your ear of soft tissue, and then there's like the bone of your skull that starts there. You kind of put it in that area. And of course, if you're a guy, it will show. My husband will do this, but everyone's got them on, so you know, no big deal. But if you have longer hair, it's not going to show. So you put it there. You're supposed to put it on an hour before the motion starts. And so if you want to just make sure you don't forget, you could put it on before you go on the ship, because usually when you board the ship, it's still a few hours before the ship actually takes off and starts moving. But I usually just do it, you know, when we're getting ready to head over to the port, I do it then, so then I don't forget. Then you wear it for 72 hours. You do not take it off. And after 72 hours, you can take it off and throw it away and just not wear anything because usually you're adapted by then, but I think, and you'll have to read the package directions, I think you could still put on another one for another 72 hours. But you really are supposed to be adjusted to the movement after you've been on the boat for 3 days. So yeah, for me, absolute must, an absolute must. Okay, and the last thing is when you go on a cruise, shortly before you go, or they'll send you, and shortly before, it depends. Sometimes they'll send you stuff 6 weeks out, sometimes they'll send you things a couple weeks out, but Norwegian sent me our luggage tags. And so what you do with these is they're usually in with your cruise documents that they will email to you. And if you've purchased any excursions or upgraded any of your restaurants for the boat, that will all be on there. It's also your ticket for getting on the boat. And in addition to that, they give you these luggage tags. It says the name of your boat, it says the number of your stateroom. So what I do in advance is I actually take the tag and I put packing tape on it, so that it's sturdy, because what I always think is going to happen when just wait if you've never been on a cruise. That whole embarkation thing, there are tons of people and luggage, and they're loading up these big carts with luggage, and I just think, how do these flimsy paper tags stay on people's luggage? And I wonder if they, sometimes they get lost or something, or and can't find the room where a piece of luggage is supposed to go. So I put on packing tape all around it, and then trim it up and everything so it's nice and sturdy. And then what I pack with me in my luggage is, and this will be like in my purse or a small carry-on, is I pack a stapler. And that is so when I get there, because we're traveling overseas, this is not going to be on our luggage, on our pieces of luggage, when we're traveling, when we're putting our luggage on a plane. It's going to go on as we are heading over to the port. So then I just have a little stapler. I wrap this around the handle and staple it. In this case, I believe we're taking 3 pieces of luggage. And so we have 3 of these that we will be using. But that way it stays on there, and then you make sure that your luggage will get to your room. And just to tell you about that, your luggage doesn't always get to your room right away. Sometimes it can be, you can get on the boat between 12 and 4 usually. Well, for ones that are leaving, ours is leaving at 5. We can get on the boat between 12 and 3, I think. And sometimes you won't get your luggage till like 7 o'clock at night. So yeah, I'll talk more about that. I will be talking about embarkation day and things to remember for that. But okay, those are all of my suggestions for cruise necessities. Of course, I have other necessities for, kind of taking care of my hair and, stuff like that. But these are just things that you might not think about. So anyway, if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. And I hope this was helpful, and hope I will see you again on Busy Being Jen. I will have another video next week about, I've got 2 of them next week. And one of them is planning outfits to maximize the space in your luggage, and the other one is tips for avoiding jet lag. So I hope you will join me for that. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.